welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Oh, that's good. Yo, this last work session, I was doing some work and I was like, oh, hey, I haven't like used the UV printer in a minute. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go and check it out. So I loaded the program and the program's okay. All right, you need to update to the latest. The program needs to be updated. All right, cool. And then I saw that it couldn't connect to the machine. And so then I went to the machine and like the machine, like the power button, because normally it will glow like the power button. And if it's like in low power mode or whatever, and again, it's been like a week. So it's supposed to go in low power mode. But now I'm like, it wasn't turning on. And it was plugged in. And I can see the light on the side of it saying that it's on. So I had to, I don't know, I pressed that a few times. Then it came back on. And so it's going through and like, I'm just hoping like the ink didn't get all like dried in there. So it's going through the moisturization thing now. So I was trying to figure that out. So that's basically where a lot of my work session was. So it's saying it's at 55% and it says it takes some minutes. So we'll see. I'm hoping that it didn't get dried up in there. Well, before it does that, I think it goes and kind of like empties the things. So that's why it has to inject the ink now, because it's like in maintenance mode. So I'm hoping everything is fine. I'm going to try print like a test print or something, but we'll see. So if you get a UV printer, ink printer, these are the things you have to worry about. I'm just curious. So yeah, it's just FYI, because I'm actually about to get another one that can actually like cut. There's like a laser inside of it and it'll print, which I think is kind of cool. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm going to try that out and see how that works. So we'll see. I backed it on Kickstarter. So, well, I put some money down to back it. So I'm gonna be like an early backer. So I get like cheaper. That's the only way, because there's no way I'm gonna pay for it like fully. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm getting like more than like 53% off. So more than half. And it does like two functions. So I'm thinking I'd be able to have this one to do just strictly printing, and the other one every once in a while if I want to like cut something out and then print it, or if I have like a big job, I need both to print kind of thing. So we'll see how it works. And it does like DTF stickers also like inside of it. So it should be pretty cool. Where this one does, I have the attachments and it's like two separate parts, whereas this one will be like one thing. So it'll be a good addition. I just need to find where to put it though. So that's the whole thing. I think I can probably take out some shelves there. All right, my bad. Sorry. This is not what this is for. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I found interesting on the internet. And 68%. That's going pretty quickly. And yeah, so let me share my screen. Let me minimize that. Share my screen. So there's a couple of things I kind of want to talk about. So Google I/O is coming up. Today is the 17th. So on May 19th, so in a couple of days, Google I/O is going to begin, and it's going to be live streamed, so you'll be able to check it out here. I'm going to post a link to this site so you can see it. You can check out the chat room. You can check it out. It'll be next to the recording on the video at untilit.works. And so they have the schedule up, and so you'll be able to kind of check it out. So you can go through, and they have like the different focuses, sure. Like the different tracks. So there's AI, Android, Chrome, Cloud, Dialogues, which is, I guess it's kind of like a group chat kind of thing with some folks, and professional development. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so you can go ahead and check it out, see what you want to go through. There's only like 2 on the first day. I guess they're going to have the Google keynote and the developer keynote. And so those look like they take up a bunch of time. So I got to go to, where was it? I got to go to Google I/O 2022. That's where I got this water bottle from. And yeah, it was a great experience. Good time. So if you ever get an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, I would suggest it. And then the next day starts at 10 a.m. So it's a lot. Well, they both start at 10 a.m., but this one has the keynotes, but then like they have the different talks. tracks and everything. So yeah, check it out. You know what I'm saying? And learn something cool. All right. Now, speaking of cool, right? I'm a big fan of progressive web apps, right? And so if you're not familiar with progressive web apps, they're like web applications that you can install on your phone, on your like desktop, and you're able to use it as if it's an actual app, but it's just a website, kind of like wrapped to make it look like an actual app on your device, right? And so I've made a couple, and well, first of all, one of my favorite ones is called Squoosh, and it's like it allows you to compress images, and so I use that a lot. So I have like a huge image that I need to be able to like put on a website or something. I want it to load quickly, and so I'll use Squoosh to be able to kind of like play around with some dials or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Different options and bring down the size a lot, and it'll still look fine. And so I use that like all the time. But then since I was traveling a lot, right, I wanted to I made this what's that.in to where I'm able to quickly go and check prices on things when I'm overseas. Because a lot of times, like especially like in like Asian countries like Japan, I've been to Japan and Singapore and South Korea, right? And like for example, let me just do it for you. So Japanese. So the Japanese yen to the US dollar, USD. Oh, there's a lot of countries that use the USD because, you know, capitalism. All right. So Japan yen to dollar, right? And it was like 1,000, let's say like 1,000 yen, right? When you convert that, you see it's like $6.30. So I would see things in Japanese stores and I'm like, wait, how much is that? Because I just don't automatically think like, okay, yeah, it's, you know, like this, it's like $6 for 1,000 yen kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I built this so that I was able to kind of get on the fly pretty quickly how much something's going to cost. And then you have this thing where you can do another one. And so, and I can save this to the history and it saves it to the local storage. All this is locally to your machine. The only thing is I make a call to an endpoint to get the latest figures for the switching back and forth to the different currencies. You know what I'm saying? The currency rate, exchange rate. And so I have this like on my phones. So when I'm out, I can do that, right? Cool. So that one works. And then I have this other one that I recently created for my radio show because I do like short videos of the tracks that we're playing on the radio show, like in real time, so that people can check out what we're playing, like so they can see the artist. You know what I'm saying? So they like the music, they can like follow the artist. And let me show you what it looks like. So did I do it? I did. Okay, did I do it? Oh yeah. Okay, so let me show you. So I created this, right? And what happens is, again, all locally to your machine is using FFmpeg, right? But the WASM edition. And so it will I'm able to trim the segments that I want and then join them together. So what I do is that on my here's my Instagram, right, for my radio show, right? And you can see here I have a bunch of different like these are like video clips, so you should be able to hear this, I think.
But I be saying getting loose on the track, but underground is where I'm staying. So organizers coming in, do the spin like the OJ. So what about?
You can see I have the artists that we're playing and everything.
I implore you sing along if you know the song.
All right, so yeah, so what I do is we play like 19 tracks a show, right? But then when I do the promo stuff, like when I'm promoting, so this is like I haven't done one for this week yet. So this is from last week. And so what I do is I have the image, and this is my post radio show promo stuff that I do. And then I take all the clips and I merge them into like 3 separate blocks so that you can kind of get like an overview of what we played.
Go my team, you gon' need merit. We bearing. I exceed what they believe. Don't come at me empty-handed. Need what I'm demanding. The clock is ticking. Say you want the money, then you gotta get it.
So you see how that switched, right? And so that's what I use this for. And so after the show, I just kind of like, and it's really, really quick because I can do other stuff while I'm working on things. And it's pretty dope. I wonder if I can try. Let me try. Did I try? Let me see. Like, for example, right? Here is like the previous work session, the break session, right? And you can see it's 10 minutes and 45 seconds. And then I can trim it down to whatever I want. So I can make it like 10 seconds if I want, right? And then I can set the different quality sets. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so I think I've shown this before, but AI actually helped me put this together. Like I had the idea. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I broke it down. I was like, use FFmpeg WASM, FFmpeg WASM, right? WASM FFmpeg. And I sent it to things. I was like, I want it to look like this, and it put it together. Pretty dope. And even added some stuff where I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have. And so, yeah. So I made that. Now, so all that to say is that progressive web apps have really helped me build things that I need, like on my mobile device, or like little applications that I can't really find anywhere, and I just need it for a personal kind of use, right? So it's been great. And so we can't see because I'm not sharing the whole tab, but there's like a little download icon that's in the browser URL bar, right? And it says you can install it, right? But that's there. Now on some devices, if you go to the site, it'll actually ask you like, do you want to install this? It's like, hey, do you want to install this as like a actual app on your device? I think that's mostly mobile stuff. But now there's this proposal out, which is going to make that so the developer can put it on their page, because you could do it before. Like you could have like a button to say install, but you got to go through a whole bunch of stuff to kind of do it. It's like a lot of code. So to make it simpler and more straightforward, right, there have this proposal out for installing web apps with the new HTML install element. So it's basically a web component, right? And it acts like, instead of you creating it with custom elements, it's already built into the browser, right? And so that way, it's almost like, you know how you have the video element, and you put a video element, you put like a source, and you have a whole fully functional video player. Kind of like that, except you're able to install web apps, progressive web apps, all right? So shout out to Patrick Brosset. And so I kind of want to go over this really quickly, because I think it's pretty cool, and it's like progressive web apps and web components kind of put together. So I thought that was kind of awesome. So here we go. So this was published last week, and installing web apps has always required JavaScript. When you use the before install prompt event, the installation flow lives entirely in script. The new install element changes that. Drop a single HTML element into your page, and the browser renders a trusted install button for you with no JavaScript required. Because again, it's built into the browser. So it understands, like, when I see this install element, oh, I know to show this. So it's kind of like again, the video element, you know what I'm saying? So pretty cool. So now this makes sense that the Microsoft Edge team, because progressive web apps, Microsoft has pushed that a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because they want people to be able to use apps on all their devices. So whether it be like a desktop, your phone, wherever. Now, I don't know if this is true or whatever, but from what I understand, like Apple, since they have like their whole app store, they've been like not really, Safari has been kind of slow to adopt progressive web apps. They do it now, if I remember correctly, but it was like a whole thing. And people are saying like, well, it's because they don't want to take away too much from their app store where they make a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to make it too readily available for folks. So yeah. The Microsoft Edge team, in collaboration with the Chrome team, implemented the install element in Chromium. It's now available for you to test behind a flag in Chrome or Edge from version 148. As an origin trial, you can test use in both browsers, starting with 148 and ending with 143. So as long as you have like an origin trial like key, you're able to do that. Or there's like a flag you can do. And you can say, try it and learn how it compares with the imperative web install API, which is what you had to do before, which has its own origin. Oh, wait, no, that's something different. Oh, that's something different. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever done that one. I've done this one with it before. So if the browser can do it, like if you have to do some stuff, you have to have a manifest and have some information in there, and it'll do all of that. And I think it will automatically recognize it. I'm not sure. So the problem, web app installation is fragmented. Every browser has its own set of entry points. For example, address bar icons. Like I mentioned, there's like an icon up here in the address bar. Menu items and prompts, which is cool because like for the currency exchange application I showed, like you're able to, like if I have it installed on my Chromebook, right? And it shows up in the bar with all the other apps. I can like right click it and a bunch of like other, like a menu will pop up and you can go to different parts of the page. That's pretty cool. I think you can do that on your device too. Hold on. I have it on this phone, I think. Hold on. Do I have it on this phone? Or is it on this phone? I think it's on this phone. Hold on. Let me see. If I click and hold it. Oh yeah, no, if I click and hold it, a menu pops up as well too. So that's pretty dope. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it. All right, so yeah, so there it is installed. Can you really see that? So that's the currency app that I showed earlier, and that's Swoosh right next to it. And so like if I press and hold it, if I can do this backwards, you see how it pops up a menu? You can't really see there, but it has like all the like about, history, settings and stuff there. And so it's pretty cool. And then if I click it, see how it pops up? And then there it is. It's like its own Chrome and everything. Like, so it looks just like an app. So pretty dope. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to have this install button. So basically you go to the site, you'll have like this install button and you'll be able to do what you need to do. Yeah, developers have limited control over when and how the install flow is surfaced. Exactly. So now building an app store-like experience that lets users install other apps from your site is harder because installation has historically been restricted to the current page. Exactly. That's another thing. So the install element, the new install HTML elements content and presentation is controlled by the browser, similar to other permission elements like geolocation. I don't think I've ever played around with that. Oh, that's pretty cool. The browser's control over the button labeled text, language, and appearance means it can trust the user's click as genuine signal of intent. Okay. But as far as appearance, we're gonna take a look at a demo where they actually changed how it looked. So, all right. A user who clicks a button labeled install a wonderful application is unlikely to be surprised when an install prompt appears. Because the browser renders the button, you get a trusted install affordance with minimal code and no need to orchestrate the before install prompt ceremony in JavaScript. Because yeah, again, you kind of have to go through this to make it work and everything. So pretty dope because it's in the browser. So the browser trusts itself, right? Because it knows what to do with it. You didn't have to tell it what to do with it. So now install the current app. So if the current page links to a manifest, like I was saying before, that has an ID field, a single element is all you need. So all you need is do that. And then this will show up. And then when you click it, it will install. It knows what to do because it can read the manifest and whatever it needs to do it. So the browser renders the button with standardized text and iconography. And when the user clicks it, the browser's normal installation flows kick in. All right. So if you want to install a different app, then you can have like an install URL. And that should have the manifest or whatever also. Yeah, links to a manifest, which defines an ID field. I don't know if I have an ID field in mind. So if no ID field exists, so ID is going to have what? What's the ID? Like ID has got to be what? I'm not sure. But they have like links, so you can check it out. I'm not sure what the ID is. So you know what? I'm here. Might as well check it out now. Share this tab instead. Oh, see, it has limited availability. Interesting. So it's not in Firefox yet. So I was kind of wondering, like, where's the install thing work? Because I don't think I'll look more through the thing, but I don't think it told me like where exactly it works. It just said like Chromium. So I'm assuming maybe that's Firefox. But yeah, so absolutely. Okay, so the ID can be these things. Okay. All right. Cool. Do I have that on mine? I have to check. But yeah, so back to this. Cool. And then to get the computer manifest ID, open dev tools, go to application. Oh, okay. All right. So you can like build a catalog, which is what we're going to see. Then you can like detect support for it to see if it's available in that browser. Then this is how you handle events. So like you're just assigning the value button, the variable, to the actual reference of the install. And again, since it's like an element built into the browsers, so you could like, you know how you could have like video or H1 or whatever. So since it's the install element, You can just put install, which is pretty cool. And you don't have to worry about someone else, because with elements that are native to like the web and browsers, they're one word. If you were to create your own element, it has to have a hyphen. So it has to be more than one word, basically. So that's kind of like a way of being able to trust it. So that's pretty cool. So if you see like install hyphen awesome hyphen app, that's not the install element, the native install element. So yeah, so they have the prompt action, and then once that goes through, they say then you install it. So then if it succeeds, you can do something. You can probably like hide the button, so you don't have to worry about them doing it again. Let's see. And then if they dismiss it, you can do that there. And then validation status change. What does that mean? If there's an error. Oh, like I guess if they change, if they remove it or whatever. Okay. All right. So now if you want to test it live on your own site, you can use the Origin. You can sign up for Origin trial. I'll give you like a key. You can see, yeah, your token. So in your like HTML, you would put this meta HTTP equivalent Origin trial thing and put that there. Yeah, cool. Or you can send the token as an HTTP response header. So if you want to, like, you can send it, like make a call and do that with Origin trial that way. So yeah, oh, here we go. So the Origin trial is available for both Chrome and Edge in versions 148 to 153. So I'm guessing after like 153, they're looking to make it standardized. And then the same token will work in both browsers. Oh, that's cool. To learn more about Origin trial, see these two links here. Cool. Oh, I'm going to post a link to this. So it'll be next to the recording of the video on untilit.works, so you can check it out for yourself. And to see it in action. All right. So there's a couple of ways you could do it, right? So there's an Origin trial, but in order to make it work on your browser, right, you need to, does it say here? You need to, did I skip it? You need to like, oh, here you go. Yeah, so to test locally, you need to go to this in your Chromium browser, so Edge or Chrome, do this, and then you enable the flag, basically. And then it'll ask you to restart your browser, and it'll restart your browser for you. All right, so here's the demo, right? I already got that open. Oh, so yeah, so this is kind of like what it'll look like. So yeah, so when you click the flags thing, it will like web app install elements, and then you enable it, because before it's by default or something, and then it'll ask you to refresh it. All right, so now here's the demo that they have. And you can see it's a different color, because before it was blue and like more oval shape, whereas this one has more like what they call like a squircle. And yeah, and then I think because I'm pretty sure the icon was on the right of the text, right? Let me look back here. Let me see. Yeah, see here is to the right. And like I said, well, no, this is more of a squircle. You know what I'm saying? More of an oval shape. The other one's more like squarish, squared off circle kind of thing. Or circle, yeah, whatever. But then, let me see something here. But then see, it's to the left here. Huh. And this is where they're talking about, because this is the web install API. So you can see here, and here's like, so the first thing is declarative, because you put it in your HTML, whereas this one, you need to use JavaScript for, so it's imperative. Yeah. And so they're kind of going back and forth. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So let's check out their thing here. So this way, if you wanted to, you're able to have your own. Oh, you probably can't see it because I have the Chrome Inspector tool open to the side. That's why that's doing that. And so it just shows up like just install like as any regular one. They have like some other like articles or whatever here, and it just shows up. It's pretty cool, actually. So they have it. This has got to be some sort of so there's app info. Yeah. So yeah, here's the image. Then they have the app info, which is here. Then they have like, here's the install button. And so with the install, to style it, they just have like install in the CSS. And then they style it. It is basically like if it's a button, pretty much. So it has all like the parts of the button. I'm trying to see. It doesn't look like they're doing any CSS to flip the word and the install, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that works. And then I tried to like change the text here in the Chrome and the Chrome tools, but it didn't change. Like I changed it to installing, but it still says install there. So I don't know, maybe that's something when it loads, it does that and you can't change it, which I mean, that's a pretty good feature. That's cool. And yeah, pretty cool. And so I looked at these. These are also kind of cool too. Like this is it's called the Pointer, which is funny. Is your custom PWA icon generator. So like you have icons. I don't know if you saw like on mine had like the WTI for what's that in with the question mark. So I created that icon and it saves like as if it's like an icon of an app. You know what I'm saying? So pretty cool. And yeah, so you can check it out and then you're able to install all these different things here. Or if you want to install the actual store, you can do that here. And yeah, no, I think it's pretty cool. Like it's pretty dope. So now I kind of went down a rabbit hole, right? Because I think it was last week, I was kind of showing like how browsers discuss how things are going to be implemented, right? And so I kind of went down this rabbit hole where I was looking at like, so here is Firefox. And under there, so this person here put, install elements like, hey, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So that happened on April 8th. It's like last month. And so tagged on people who can talk about it. And so I got 7 thumbs up. And so then they also linked to this, which is somebody else put into, which I think is this one. Yes. So this person's also talking about it. Right. And so they linked to it. So I guess other people are talking about it and stuff. And then I was like, okay, so what about like, and then linked somewhere else again too. So there's another one. Web Kittens. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what this is. But there's like installer and everything. So there's all these different discussions happening, right? And then I was like, all right, so how's it look? So there's this Microsoft explainer. And so they kind of go through it, all this other stuff, right? So that's pretty cool. And then I was wondering how are like Safari looking into it. And so you can see that it looked like they had it from before. So this person opened it from before August 30th, 2025, and linked to all these other things. And so add web install. Oh, this is the web install API. This is not necessarily the actual thing. So I don't know if they even have the actual like elements because this is different, I think. I don't know, but you can see there's some discussion happening around it. And so it's pretty cool. So, but for right now, it's in Chromium behind like a flag, or you can use like an origin trial to make it work. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it being like implemented across all browsers so that, people will be able to have these like specialized applications without having to go through a whole app store or whatever to try and get it worked out. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. All right. So with all that being said, I blabbered on about this long enough, and I just find it very fascinating and seeing how like browsers are coming together to make this, make the web better every day. All right, cool. So let me get y'all back to work so I can get back to work. Now, I'm going to send y'all up with some traveling music. This right here, super dope track by an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, who used to, well, I think he probably still goes by A Butta from the crew Natural Elements. But this song is under Anthony Cruz. It's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you again like 15 minutes after the hour. We'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos. Maybe you'll become a fan. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's Anthony Cruz, a.k.a. Butta, A Butta. Thank you. All right, see y'all around. Wish you much productivity. All right, be easy. Peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah. We spread love like, yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there.